So I've been seeing a lot of videos about reinventing yourself, and I'm like, okay, if we actually, reinvent ourselves every single year or every month, it will actually lead to a sabotage. So I'm like, let me come here and give you guys an easier template to follow instead of always reinventing yourself. Of course, reinventing yourself in itself, it's not bad, okay, but sometimes when you always have to just do it, always trying to, you might just get tired and get exhausted at a point. So I'm just here to give you a very, very easy template that you can run with for this year and make this year that year for you. Or it can also be a template you can build upon other years of your life. Okay, if you can practice these 4 things I'm going to be mentioning, trust me, you will see drastic change. I have started working with them and I have actually seen changes. Okay, remember, it is not a quick fix. It is something you have to do every single time, every single day. Okay, probably, or every single time. So, but before then, I want you to know that everybody is distinct and differently created in their different ways. What do I mean? Everybody cannot be an introvert. Everybody cannot be an extrovert. Everybody cannot even be emotional like I am, right? We're all created differently, distinctly. Okay, when you understand that, you won't try to be another person and another person won't try to be you. Do you get what I'm trying to say? The only problem we have is not in our personality, because God created us different. To some, He gave 1 talent, 2 talents, 5 talents. So He knew that we are uniquely made because He was the one that made us. He has our manual, right? The point is your character in your personality. What is your character? If because I'm an introvert, I should be so quiet that I don't care. Do you understand? Or I'm an extrovert, I shouldn't be so loud that I don't care. Okay, there should be a balance in our character. It's understanding your personality and mastering who you are in that personality, mastering your character qualities in that personality. Hope you get my gist. So for our template number 1, I'm going to be talking about self-care. We'll talk about self-care. Probably the first thing that comes to your mind is, oh, let me apply my sunscreen or moisturizer. All those things are good in itself, okay, but we're going to be going deeper than that. Okay, when we talk about self-care, I'm talking about loving yourself. It's funny because you'll be like, yes, but a lot of us do not love ourselves. With the things we do, with some of the things that happened, it shows that we do not love ourselves. This year, for you to make this year that year for you, for you to make this year the beginning of that years for you, if you get what I'm trying to say, for you to build on this template, you have to truly care for yourself. If you watch my previous video, you see when I said I had to go on a 40 days self-aware journey. It's very deep that I can't really exhaust everything now on this video, but watch out for my next video. Watch out for my subsequent videos, because I will try my best to explain in details what this 40 days journey did in my life. Okay, as I said before, it is a continuous process. It's not just a quick fix. Okay, these things take time, but you have to be intentional about yourself. If you love yourself, you'll be intentional about developing yourself. Okay, so when I talk about self-care, I'm talking about, what do you feed yourself? Okay, let me tell you, a lot of people have experienced what you've literally experienced. Okay, a lot of people have probably gone through what you are going through right now. What you can do is to find those templates that they use, find their own experiences and see where they make mistake and try to do better. And how can you do that? By reading books, by getting information, by watching videos like this, by watching documentaries, by just getting information that is valuable for yourself. You see, this year, the truth is, if we're going to see things happen, we can't just sit around and expect magic to happen. That's just the truth. You can't keep staying there and be sulking and just expect things to change. Sometimes you have to take the bull by the horn, meaning that you have to go as far as getting that information, getting that material you need to. See, last year, I broke down often. Towards the end of the year, I broke down so much towards the end of the year. And I'm like, I don't like this place that I am in. So I had to literally find a solution to that. I started to ask myself, what's the problem, this and that. So for you to actually, have this year to be that year for you, okay, you have to take care of yourself. You have to be careful what you allow enter into your system. You have to be careful what you feed your mind with, just to go on a self-aware journey. Get to know yourself more. Some of you don't even know yourself. Okay, sometimes have you noticed that sometimes you can actually react to certain things and you're like, oh my god, I can't believe I just reacted like this. Like you're like, you didn't even expect that reaction from yourself, because you're like, you see. So in a real sense, sometimes you can't even know yourself finish. But if you actually take deliberate action to studying yourself, to knowing who you are, whatever personality God has given you, how can you master that personality and become a genius in that area? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So this year, if you want to actually see things happen in your life, like see things about yourself, let me tell you, it's not the big things sometimes. Okay, yourself, you know your own step. Okay, you're not in competition with anybody. Do you understand? So if you want to do this journey, don't go about comparing yourself with others. Oh, this person is here. No, this is about you and yourself. Whether you run, whether you crawl, whether you fly, the most important thing is that you are working and you're not giving up on yourself. When I talk about self-care, from everything I've mentioned, you know that this year is not that year for the lazy girl era. You have to get up and do something about it, okay? If you are lazy and don't care about yourself and don't take care of yourself or your health or whatever it is, you don't love yourself, right? Even laziness, we shouldn't, you don't love yourself. Of course, take adequate time to rest, but you get what I'm trying to say? Just make sure that this year you're putting in the effort to actually discover who you are, better version of yourself, okay? That is the kind of self-care I'm talking about, okay? Let me tell you, when you enter into a room and you see a confident lady, the way she talk, the way she carry herself, you just know that this lady is confident. When you enter into the same room, you see somebody who is timid, you just know that this person is timid. Do you know why? Because we all radiate a certain kind of energy. If somebody's happy or if somebody's laughing or smiling, there's a way people will say, oh, your smile is so contagious, because there's an energy you are radiating when you are happy. There's an energy you're radiating when you are sad, even without speaking anything, okay? So this year, I'm sorry I have to stay on this point because I want you to get the gist, because this year on this channel, we're taking practical steps, okay? Practical steps to actualizing our goals, to actualizing our visions, to becoming who God wants us to be here on earth, to becoming the better version and the best versions of ourselves. So please take self-care very important. And trust me, when you begin to work on the inside of you, you begin to transform your mind by reading books, by studying the word, by just, getting more information about your version, just getting more information about what you want to be in, the sphere of life, okay? When you begin to do those things and you begin to feel good, you begin to build capacity, okay? That things won't just happen. Before, I'm the kind of person that little things can just trigger me, and so you have to start working so much, working hard to, self-develop yourself. Self-develop yourself. When you start to get to that point where you actually work on yourself and you begin to, it's a little step. It doesn't happen magically, okay? As I said, whether you crawl, whether you fly, whether you walk, just keep doing it. So when you get to that point, you see, when you start to work on your mind and all those things, when you start to feel good about yourself, when you start to understand yourself, when you get to know yourself and you know who you are confident in who yourself, trust me, all these other things like taking care of yourself, doing your sunscreen, do all those things, it's just kind of flow naturally, okay? It's just kind of what flow naturally. So it's very important to take self-care very seriously this year, okay? I just had to rest on this point number one, okay? Now let's go to point number two. So point number two is stop seeking validation from every single person. Worst of social media, like you let social media dictate how you live your life, you're in trouble already, okay? I learned this last year. Like, stop seeking validation from every single person. Everybody should not have a say in your life. Like, if you want to do something right and you know that you are sincerely led to do a certain thing, do it. The thing is, the worst thing that can happen, worst case scenario, is that you fail at it, but you try again. But if you want to always seek validation, everybody should like what you are doing. Everybody should like your idea, your visions. Everybody cannot like you. More so, everybody cannot even like what you are doing. Even people you trust, people you actually expect, so they might not really buy into your vision, because sometimes people will not see what you are seeing. Do you understand? Sometimes your vision or your goals or your dreams might be bigger than you, and people might not really understand, but you have seen something in that. There's something that has been laid in your heart for you to do. So if you want to go far this year, and if you want to you want to experience greater level and greater height in your life this year and other years to come, by setting this foundation, one thing you must put in place in your life now, starting from now, is you must not keep seeking validation from every single person. Worst of social media. I remember when I started doing YouTube, and it's very funny how the human mind works. Do you know that you can tell somebody that you are, how do I put it? You can tell somebody that, oh, I like what you're doing, or I appreciate you, or you look good, or you look beautiful, and that person will not even take, person will just be like, okay, thank you. But the next thing, just tell somebody that you are fat, or you are not good at what, like, just say, people, like, how do I put it? People tend to accept the negative more than the positive. Do you, like, have you noticed it? Like, I know this is just far beyond validation, right? But most times, I don't know if it's just an African thing, we tend not to accept compliments. For example, somebody say, I'm just putting this in because it came to my mind, so I had to say it. Somebody will just tell you that, oh, your hair is long, or your hair is beautiful, and the next thing you are saying is, it's not even long, it's not even fine, it's not even this. Somebody says, you are very beautiful, oh, you're so pretty, you're like, with this my face like this. Like, I don't know, it's a thing, I don't know if it's a thing, but it's like we find it very difficult to accept compliments. Like, good compliment, we just try to shrug it off. You deserve that compliment, girl, guy, you deserve it, okay? Like, I think it's something we should try to work on this year, because why do we find it difficult to accept compliments or good things? But once it's the negative, instantly your spirit have taken it, you are sad, you are sulking. I don't know, it's just a thing, and it's something we should all work on, okay? Because I think we're all victim kind of this kind of situation. So this year, if you want to really go far, you must not seek everybody's validation, okay? Just do you, trust God to lead you. Of course, seek good counsel, okay? And that counsel must not necessarily be social media, because everybody will have something to say about your life. But there should be people that you can actually meet to tell. And as I said before, these people might not actually also buy into your vision. Not all of them might actually buy into your vision. So even without them really buying into your vision, whatever it is you want to do, whatever it is, do you understand? Like, just be you. The worst case scenario is you might fail at it, but just try again. But remember that if you're trying to try something new, start small. Try it small. Don't just go into something. Maybe you want to start something and you just go into large scale production. The loss might be higher. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But own your life, okay? Own your life. Ask God to help you. Stop seeking validation from everybody, everywhere, every space. Everybody should just know what you're doing. You are everywhere. Everybody cannot really buy into everything you're doing at the same time, okay? There are people who genuinely support you, who give you their own good sense about certain things, but you must stop always wanting people to actually like what you like, or I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. If you do that, you might also just stress yourself, and it might just be difficult for you. So stop seeking validation from everybody, from everywhere, okay? Know what has been said to you to do, and just go for it. As I said, the worst case scenario is that you fail at it. But what do? We keep trying, right? So that's point number 2, okay? Stop seeking validation from every single person. Point number 3, my people, leave that toxic space this year. Let me tell you the truth here. They say 2 heads are better than 1, but it's 2 good heads that is better than 1, okay? 2 good heads is better than 1. If you are a bad head and you are following a good head, or a good head following a bad head, it's just going to be like at loggerhead. It's not going to really work that way. So this year, be very careful who you walk, who is in your space, who you roll with, okay? Who you literally roll with, okay? So this year, leave every single toxic space. And when I say toxic space, I'm not just talking about beating somebody, or that kind of thing. Even mentally, emotionally, whatever space that you're in that is not healthy for you, it's not just a boy girl relationship, okay? It can be a group of friends. Do you understand? And I think, talking about friends, this year we need to find a balance. There are some people that are not your close friends, so you don't expect them to tell you everything about their life, because they are not your close friends. And I think we need to make peace with this, because not everybody is your close friend. You can have casual friends, like people. When I mean casual, I'm not saying not important friends. Do you understand? What I mean is that, for example, in a space where you school and you have classmates, you understand, in a church setting, you have members, these people can actually grow to become your very close friend. They're people that you've schooled together, and before you guys become paddies and stuff like that. And they're people that that, okay, you guys are cool, okay, you guys don't talk every day, but you guys are cool, but you guys are not like very close friends. You don't expect these kind of people to maybe tell you everything happening in their lives. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because sometimes we expect certain things from certain people, and then when they don't do these certain things, we hurt ourselves. We feel like, oh, this person doesn't love me, this person is not my friend. You start to feel down. So I think we need to understand different categories of friends. We have those friends that you get from business partners, casual friends, acquaintances, and we have really close friends. So if somebody from your casual line of friends maybe do not tell you they are getting married, or tell you an important occasion in their life, it's not something you should really beat yourself about. This is something I learned last year, and I learned it, and I'm still learning, okay? Know your friends, okay? They might not tell you everything about their lives, okay? But you guys still bond, and you guys still, don't over expect things from Do you understand? Some people, you're just in the same work frame with them, okay? You guys are just business partners. You guys just work together. You might not really expect that extreme closure, okay? So you might not really expect so much from them. Of course, be nice and be poised and of course, be nice and be kind and treat people very well with respect and with love, okay? We owe every man the duty of love, okay? But everybody cannot really be close to you. Then let's go to your close friends. If you know you're in a space of people that this person is my very close friend, okay, and this person doesn't tell me things, I'm the only one talking about my life, and this person is like kind of hoarding things, I'm always one trying to, you have to check that friendship again. This is a new year. Do you understand? We are making things right, okay? So you have to check that friendship again, okay? Like, check it, okay? What is really, am I really this person's friend? Because on that thing again is that you can actually see somebody as your friend, but the person does not see you as close as you see the person. Like, you can actually take somebody as your very close friend or bestie, as you guys call it, or paddy. That person might not take you that way. So this year is trying to get that balance. Where am I in people's life? Like, try and ask yourself, where does this person weigh me? It's not a point of fighting or quarreling. Just know and ask yourself, where am I in this person's life? When you know where you are in people's life, you act accordingly. Do you understand? Like, it will save you a lot of stress this year, so that you don't over expect from people, because you already know where you are in their lives and where they are in your life, okay? Of course, as I said, treat everybody with kindness and with love, because that's what we owe every man. But know where you are in people's life, and then try as much as possible to stay in that particular lane. And then let's talk about people you actually blend with, that you're actually your friend, okay? Once in a while, do what we call a retrospect, or will I say a checkup on. Like, I remember last year I was asking my friends, do you think I actually overreact to things? And some were like, no, bless you, you don't overreact. I feel like you just see what is in your heart. And I like it because I'm the kind of person that will tell you, if you offend me, like, I don't like what you did, I don't like what you did, you can do better. Do you understand? Like, I ask my friends, what do you think I do that you don't like? Like, I ask them those questions because sometimes, they are your friends. So sometimes you too, you can actually be the toxic person in that friendship. So it's good to ask, what do I do you don't like? What are certain things that I do that you don't like? How can I do better? How can I treat you better? Okay. If they are your friends cannot be giving you birthday gifts or trying to show that they care, and you, when it's their own turn, you don't do anything, you just make up excuses, it can be draining. Do you understand? So be a good friend as much as you want a good friend. You get the gist. So when we get to know all these little things, we save ourselves a lot of stress, okay? When you don't expect certain things from certain people, you should not be expecting certain things from, okay? Of course, you should expect certain things from your own close friends. And if they are not really giving you that certain things, then you should ask yourself, am I really this person's friend? Where do I stand in this person's life? I don't know if you get the gist, okay? When we check these small things, these little things, it gives us a very good base on how this year should go for us. Because sometimes we're actually the ones stressing ourselves over certain things, okay? So I hope you're following my point. And our very last but not the least point, the most important point, I just kept it for the last, but it's the most important. In fact, every single point I have made is actually centered on this last point. And the very last point, but not the least point, is hold God tight this year. No grief for the devil. See, this year, a lot of chaos, a lot of things are happening in the world that you just need God to help you, okay? Even all these points I've mentioned, all this, it's God that will help you stay consistent to these things. It's God that will help your mind. It's God that will teach you how to deal with people, how to follow people, how to take care of yourself. It's God that will help you. So this year, hold God tight. No grief for the devil this year. If you know you need to build your spiritual life, please do it, okay? Attend church, listen to messages, join a unit in your church. I'm talking to you. This year, stop being a floor member. Go and join a unit in your church, okay? We are growing higher and higher in all areas of our lives this year. And after listening to everything I've said, please don't just be an information junkie. You keep listening to messages like this, listening to good videos like this, and you don't do anything. Nothing is going to change, okay? As I said before, if you genuinely love yourself, then after watching my video, you will start making points on how to do your life better, okay? That's to show how much you love yourself. But if you don't love yourself, you just listen to my video and you just listen to other videos like this, and you just keep piling information, and you'll be feeling gingered. You're like, yes, I feel motivated. I feel led, I feel lifted to do better. But if you don't actually do better, nothing will happen. So this is a call for you to please, this year, don't just gather information. Try to make sure that you put them into practice. That is when you actually see results, you guys. I have tried it, and so far I can say it's working for me. I remember what I said at the beginning. This is not a quick fix. This is something you have to be intentional about and deliberate about doing. Sometimes in your journey of life, it's not always roses and candies. There are some days where we don't feel like it. There are some days where it seems very hard. But are we going to give up? No. No, 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 because we are not going to grieve for anybody, even ourselves. If ourselves is going to be hindrance to us, we are not going to grieve for ourselves. We're going to push ourselves. We're going to get up and do what we need to do, because this year we are going to be better versions of ourselves. Okay. Thank you for watching me. If you're new here, my name is OSAS. For the OGs, you guys know now, this is the OSAS tribe. So for the new subscribers, you guys are highly welcomed. And for those that have not subscribed and have been watching me, oh yeah, it's the right time now. Click that subscribe button. And if this is something you really enjoy watching, please, I beg you, share with your friends, share with as much people as you can, because you don't know who this might bless. Okay, I hope to see you in my next video. Until then, bye.